Hi Earth Signs, this is Paulette from Water Cherry Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your love reading for the month of February. So before I get started, please like and subscribe and leave me some comments if this resonates. Remember, if it doesn't, you can go check your other signs in your chart, and hopefully that might help. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do individual earth signs in this same video. So I'm going to leave some timestamps in the comments. So go ahead and find your sign and press the button and take a look and see what your message is for the month of February. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Taurus first. So Taurus, your main message is compassion. So if you take a look, there is a woman down there on the bottom, and she is worn, she is tired, she is exhausted, and she's literally has given up. She is deciding to just finally be vulnerable about the situation and being honest enough to say that she doesn't have the strength anymore to deal with the situation, so she's laying there. But if you notice, there's somebody above her that is watching her, and this is a sign from the heaven wanting to give her direction of where to go, but she actually needs to take time to look up and see her so she can, get the guidance that she needs on what direction to go. But what she's not noticing in the background, that there's sunshine back there and the pathway is being cleared up. So while she's taking a moment to herself and she's being silent and taking her time, things are actually working out for her. The path is coming through for her. And the moment that she is done dealing with what she's feeling, dealing with her emotions, dealing with disappointment and everything that brought her to this point of giving up, she will look up and see that her guidance is there. She just has to look up to the heavens for the answers. So we're going to see what is going on as far as compassion in your relationship with a person of interest, or if you're in a relationship. We're going to see what's going on here, what is needed with compassion in the relationship. Who is the person that's worn out? Is it both of you? Is it the relationship overall? It's already tiring and it needs a new direction. It just needs to look elsewhere right now for, a way out. But you guys need to remember that both of you need to take a moment to yourselves to let go of some of the things that brought you down at this moment. Okay, so you can get a clear answer to the direction of where you want to go. Either away from one another or with each other, together happily. You will find out in this reading. Let's see. So how we're going to be reading it is your summary overall, how the whole relationship, how it's represented right now, and what it's looked like as. So what you got is the Page of Pentacles. So in this particular card, in this deck, this has to do with a person who is trying to see what lies ahead for them, what is going to enrich them in this situation. So if you notice, she has like that pentacle on top of her head. So this is wanting to know what is going to be stable in this relationship. Overall, you guys are trying to figure that out right now. So that's your overall for your relationship, the summary. Now, the way your person sees the relationship is the Moon card. So for right now, the way your person sees this relationship, they see it as things are actually hidden. There's so much more going on underneath than what's being shown in the surface as far as the relationship. So it could be that they feel that, you guys know the depth of the relationship you guys have with each other, but people on the outside, they only see the surface and they're not seeing exactly what's going on between you two, and you guys are hiding it really well. The other way that they're seeing this is that they feel like things are being hidden from them, and they feel like there's lies in the relationship. Somebody's not being honest, and they feel like they're being tricked or duped, and it's causing a lot of confusion for them right now. So this whole relationship is just confusing to them. They don't feel like something's right now with you, and so this is how they're feeling and seeing the relationship. How you're seeing their relationship is the Two of Swords. And so right now, if you notice, like, she has her the two swords are like blocking her middle part of her body, right back there. And so right now, like, you're seeing this relationship as you have to block yourself in order to feel protected. Like, these swords are protecting you, but in reality, they're really not. If anything, they're keeping you from actually seeing and having real clarity of what to do in the relationship. You thinking that you're protecting yourself, you're thinking that what you're doing right now is good for you, because you probably don't want to get hurt in the relationship, but in reality, it's really keeping you from making the right choices right now. If it's like moving this relationship forward, you're having a hard time with that. You're literally blocking this relationship from going where it needs to go, because you're just really thinking about, you, and using these swords to protect you. So what's next is what you guys need to overcome in the relationship, and what you got is the Queen of Pentacles. And yeah, this thing actually flipped upside down on me. Usually I read majority of my readings with upright cards, but if they ever fall out backwards, I'll take it. But this is what it looks like if it was in the upright. And usually in the upright, the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's completely giving, nurturing, loving. Everything grows around her. Everything produces. Everything's taken care of. And at this point, what needs to be overcome is that there is no nurture in this relationship. Either you or the other person, or both of you, are just like, you're not growing together right now at this point. Things are not heading in the right direction. You guys are not really giving to each other the way you should, and you guys need to overcome that. And in order for this relationship to grow, you guys have to find where you guys lost this love, or where did it all start, where you guys stopped giving to one another the way you're supposed to. Like, what is going on here? That it's not, you guys are not in the right place right now with one another. You guys need to overcome this. So what I'm getting for your what we're getting for what you're going to be learning in this situation, or what both of you are going to be learning about through this relationship, is the Nine of Cups. Here we go. So the Nine of Cups, if you notice, is, you see how she's like showing within herself, like there's like a gap there. She's opening herself up. What you guys are learning right now at this point, dealing with all of this, where things are not going in the right direction, both of you are learning that, are being taught that you guys need to be vulnerable and open to one another. But the Nine of Cups is a beautiful thing in this deck, because she is receiving, and she's happy about what she's getting. And maybe the both of you are going to learn that what could be offered to the both of you in love is going to be a good thing. It's going to be a beautiful thing. But you guys have to get to that place where you guys are vulnerable enough to receive it and to also give it and to be open to it. This card has to do with satisfaction and joy and all good things. And you guys have to learn how to get that love back. And if you don't, you guys are going to continue to remain in this place. And you guys got to learn that compassion with one another. Right now, it's like you guys are giving up. And really the answers that you're looking for is, you got to get up from where you're at. It's good that you're already being vulnerable. You're already showing that side because that's what she's doing. But you have to stop not seeing things. You got to stop blocking yourself, thinking that you're protecting yourself, or, stop feeling like there's things that are being hidden and being in this confused state. You guys got to wake up and get up and look up and see that there is other options to, to the path that you both need to go to. There's opportunities there for you guys to walk down that path, but you guys got to get up. And so the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups also has to do with if somebody's like feeling anxiety or feeling the stress and wanting answers. Well, this card is a sign that answers are going to be given and they're going to be brought to you. And I mean, the answers may be painful. They may be painful. Like what you both find out that you guys need to do to overcome all of this. The answers that you receive, it's just probably gonna hurt in a way where you guys know that, hey, you know what, I really gotta stop what I'm doing. I need to think about the other person, or I have to put my guard down. And sometimes that's a little bit hard. There is a reason, Taurus, why you're being protective. There is something going on with you that you feel like you have to protect yourself from your person of interest or the person that you're with right now. And there's something going on with them where they're reading what you're doing. They feel like you're hiding things from them. You're keeping things within you. What they see right now is just surfacey, Taurus. They're not seeing the depths of you because you're blocking that part of yourself off. And so they feel confused. Both of you need to open up and overcome all of this in order to get the relationship back to where you want it to go. Now, what's coming out for you as far as the outcome overall, Taurus, is the Ace of Pentacles. Now, she is abundant. She is someone that has a lot of new things coming in for her. And so, since this is relationship related, if you guys end up taking the advice and overcoming and getting to this place of vulnerability, your relationship can turn into an abundant one. Both of you will benefit from this relationship in some way. But I would have to say that maybe if you decide that you're not wanting to do this, you're not wanting to get up, and you just literally have given up, and you're not trying to put compassion into the relationship and just leaving it the way it is, then most likely what you're going to do is you're going to just invest in yourself and become abundant on your own. And good luck and fortune is going to come to you whether you're with this person or not. You're just going to continue to grow and have everything that you need. But if it's like that situation where you guys do overcome and decide to be in that Nine of Cups, this relationship is going to turn abundant in the future. This is your outcome. You guys will invest in one another and grow and see the fruit of what you guys are doing. So hopefully this resonated for you, Taurus. Please like and subscribe, and just let me know what's going on in your life. You know, put it in the comments. If it didn't resonate, like I said, just go check out your other signs in your chart. Okay, so I'm going ahead and moving on to the next sign. All right, Virgo, we're gonna go ahead and move on to you. And so what I got for your main message is listening. So what is going on here is that you have a woman who is actually taking a moment to hear what the birds are saying, hearing the song, and she's fixated on what they're doing. And so one of the things that this card mentioned in the book was how we have so much going on in our daily lives that we don't actually have time to listen spiritually within ourselves, hear what our soul is saying, or even sometimes with people around us. We're not really listening to what they're saying to us because we're just so bogged down in our minds with other things that we have to do, things that are happening at the moment, and so it can take away from our time to actually do some soul searching and listen to ourselves or listen to other people. And so if this is the message for your relationship, if you have a person of interest or if you're in a current relationship right now, what this is saying is that you guys need to take time to listen to one another. Hear what each other has to say and take it in, because then you'll be able to make better judgments in the relationship. Both of you can really compromise with one another, see how you guys can help each other and bring balance back into the relationship. But yes, listening is your main message. So we're going to go ahead and get into the tarot. So what we got for your first card to represent your relationship as a whole, the summary, two cards ended up flipping out for you. So the two cards that came out was the World and also the Ten of Wands. So overall, right now, what's happening in your relationship is that there is a cycle that needs to come to a close, and it actually has. Usually when it shows up, it's because it's already ended, or and if it hasn't, it's gonna be. So that doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship is over. It just means that at this point, there's something particular in the relationship that's happening that's already come to a full stop. It's already come to a close. And so because of that closure, because of things ending in that specific cycle, there is new direction here. Take a look. Her hands are going every which way, and it's because she has the choice to go left, right, upwards, downwards. If you guys are, at that place right now where the world has come into your relationship and there's something that has ended in the cycle, you guys are in a better place to decide, both of you, which way you guys want to go, and bring newness into the relationship. You guys are standing firm at the moment, and you should be using the moon to guide you and to give you intuition on where exactly you guys need to head right now at this point. And so the Ten of Wands is It's a hard card, honestly. She's just, let's see. So she's at a place right now where she's feeling a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. And so overall in the relationship, there's a lot of pressure and stress going on. And it's just becoming very burdensome. There is something happening here where once this ending comes through, you guys have the choice to be free from the burdens and from the stress, and from feeling the way you guys are feeling currently overall in your relationship. This also represents when there's just too much going on. It's just too chaotic. There's just too much going on that either we don't know how to say no, or somebody's always saying no to us, and it's just like, it's like you feel like, okay, well, when is there ever going to be a yes? When is there going to be freedom to do this? Why is it always a no? Or it's just that you're not saying no enough. Yeah, but this, just in general right now, there seems to be a lot going on that's causing burdens in their current relationship. So we're going to go ahead and move forward into the next part of the tarot. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at our, hold on, let me see. We're going to take a look at how our partner is seeing the relationship right now, or your person of interest. And the way they're seeing things is the Six of Wands, surprisingly. So how they're seeing is that there's a victory that needs to be had in the relationship. And honestly, it's like when the victory comes in, it's not something that just automatically happens. It's something that you had to put work into. So they probably feel like there's a lot of work that needs to be done in the relationship in order to get this victory. In order for things to be at peace, for things to be acknowledged, for things to be rewarded in the relationship. Like, there just has to be a victory, but they know that there needs to be work put in their relationship. Now, the way that you're seeing the relationship is the Queen of Wands, and she actually came out reverse. She flipped out that way, but this is what she looks like upright. And how right now, how you're seeing this relationship, you're seeing it as something that lost its fire. The passion is not there. Newness is not there. Creativity is not there. She also represents like fiery energy, sexiness, you know, all of that. And right now you're just feeling like you're not seeing that right now at this point in time in the relationship. Like, something's really going on where you feel like all of it is gone. Like, everything that you guys had before that ignited you and put you guys together, it's literally, it's gone out the window. And it could also feel like maybe you feel like your person is very demanding or impatient in the relationship, or they can be like very unreasonable, and so that's how you are feeling right now and seeing the relationship right now. Now, what is coming next is what you guys need to overcome in the relationship. And so what came out was the Ace of Wands. And so the Ace of Wands has to do with, she's actually, in this deck, she's a witch. And if you notice in the back, there's a lot of potions that she has back there, and she has a cauldron in front of her. And so she literally grabbed everything that she felt that can make this brand new batch of concoction that she's making that she feels is gonna work. She created something new. And so if you see her face, she's very confident, and she knows whatever she's making is going to be of help and it's going to be of use. And so what you guys need to overcome is you guys need to create something brand new between the both of you to create a new concoction in the relationship. Like, you both have to come up with new spells, new energy. Maybe how you guys talk to each other needs to be different, or how you guys approach each other needs to be new or different. You guys have to come in and put everything in one place, and that one place is each other's relationship. You guys share this relationship, so you guys got to put in brand new things in order to get something good out of it. So you guys have to overcome this, and this is the way you guys can do it. So what is coming up for you, and what you guys are going to be learning, like what you both will learn from this relationship in love, is the Page of Swords. And that this one came up reversed as well. Now, when she's in the upright, she is a person who is curious. She is very knowledgeable or open to knowledge. And if you notice, she's standing above water. I believe it's like on wood. And she is listening out. In this case, she's like a warrior. If you see the sword in her hand, she's like expecting for the enemy to come out any minute. But she is always making herself available to hear the things that are around her, to be open to what's around her, and making quick decisions on what's coming in for her. And so because it came upside down, what you guys are learning is that you guys are like learning that you can't disregard each other. And, you know, if there's other people meddling into your relationship, you'll learn that you guys can't be listening to what other people are saying about your relationship, or saying about the person of your interest, or what they're saying about that person. You know that you can't listen to half of the stuff that's being said. In this case, you know that you have knowledge that you can't get into the gossip or the rumors or things that are not right that are being said about both of you. You guys are gonna push that to the side. You know that other people's opinions are not important. But at the same time, if this has to do with what you both are doing to each other, you also have to disregard what you guys are saying to one another that is not right. So if there are moments where you guys, were upset and said something that you didn't mean, the other person knows that they have to disregard what was being said, and just keep it moving and not get caught up in what was being said. So for the outcome for you, it's the 7 of Wands. There she is. Now, if you notice, she's wearing a bird's head on her head. She's wearing a mask. So she's got a lot going on for her as well. Like, if you notice, she's got all these wands surrounding her. And so the mask has to do with hiding who you are. But at the same time, you can still see half of her face underneath. So it's like she's not even making a real good effort to hide her face. And she's also not doing a great job, like completely defending herself in the situation. And so what's going on here is that for the outcome, if you guys are going to continue in the way that you're going and you guys are not really going to take time to listen to one another, and give each other that moment to speak and not interrupt one another, and just kind of like put in the work to make a brand new change in the relationship. If you guys don't end up doing that and you continue down the road that you're in, eventually you guys are going to end up in the Seven of Swords, where there's always going to be defensiveness in the relationship. We're going to only be giving each other half truths as well, and this is just not going to go down the path that you want it to go at this time, Virgo. And this is also a representation of fighting for what you want, fighting for the relationship. Like, maybe if you guys do take this advice, you guys in the end, both of you are going to be fighting for the relationship and putting in the work. But at the same time, this also has to do with strain and pressure. And you probably feel like you guys are being surrounded, by the other person, and feel like you have to defend yourself. So hopefully it's the other way where, you guys are going to, in the end, you guys are going to end up fighting for this relationship and try to steer it in the right direction. And you guys end up listening to one another, hearing what makes them happy, what makes you happy, how we're going to come in the middle, how we're going to make this work. And then it's not just about listening to one another, but listening to our inner voice, listening to our soul. What is it, Virgo, that you want in this relationship or a situationship? Like, what are you looking for? What is it that you want? You have to take time to listen to yourself as well, and fulfill your needs, because this is about both of you. And I'm sure your person of interest, or the person that you're with, they have their own ideas, they have their own feelings of what they want from the relationship or what they want for themselves. But hopefully this resonated for you, Virgo. If it did, please like and subscribe and leave me some love. I would really, really appreciate that. And just let me know in the comments as well what's going on in your relationship. Hi, Capricorn. We're going to go ahead and move on to you. So I do have your main message, and it is trust. This card has to do with, of course, you would think just trusting maybe the other person in the relationship. You have person of interest, but I think it has to do with yourself as well, trusting yourself. But before we get into that, I want you to take a look at the deer there and the fairy that's sitting right on top. So how this card is depicted is that deer there, they know where to find water, they know where to find food that's available for them, and they also find things that heal their bodies. So we understand that nature has natural medicines out there, and they can actually sniff that out. And so what's going on here is that if you notice, she's sitting right on top of the deer, but she doesn't have like a rein or anything on him to hold on to him, to steer him. She's absolutely trusting in him to lead the way, because she knows that he has the capability of finding places that's going to be beneficial for her. And so there might be a situation in the relationship right now where, there needs to be trust in the situation, but at the same time, being able to follow one another and help each other heal in the relationship. So it's just calling right now to trust, and sometimes it could be a bit hard, especially if we had situations where the person put us in a predicament where we couldn't trust them, or we couldn't believe anything that they were saying. But this is telling you to take that risk, to trust one another, if you want to move this forward and begin a healing process with one another, but also to lead each other in the right way. So we're going to go ahead and go into the tarot part. And so what we got for you for the overall summary of the relationship is the Strength card. So if you notice, she's wrapped around by a snake there, and she's got a key in her hands. Pretty much what's happening is that, if you notice, her eyes don't even look scared. What's going on here is that she is wrapped up in a snake, and she's not even worried about it. Honestly, she's not. And it's because she knows that she has the keys. She has the solution to getting out of this mess. She feels like she has enough strength to deal with her adversary. And so at this point, the way the whole relationship is overall, you guys know that you guys are dealing with things that are bringing a lot of pressure and a lot of stress into your relationship, but you guys are not fazed by it. And so you guys are finding ways to release yourselves from that energy in your relationship right now. So what we have is on how your person sees the relationship, and your person sees it as the King of Swords. Now, your person sees this relationship as anything that's done, choices that are being made, how things are being moved forward. Everything is done in a logical way. There's no emotions attached to this. There's a lot of detachment in the choices that are being made in the relationship. And this is also the type of person that, when they deal with other people, honesty comes out, truth comes out of them. And so they probably feel like, you guys do have a relationship where you guys are able to talk with each other and be honest about things with one another. So that's how they're seeing their relationship right now. But it just seems more of a detached, situation. And that's how they see it. Now, how you're seeing the relationship, you're seeing it as a nine of swords. So what's going on here, usually this 9 of swords depicts a person who's going through anxiety, pain, sadness, and loneliness. They're fighting off this mental prison that they're in, and they're just going through it. And right now, the way you're seeing the relationship, you're seeing it as a lonely one. You're seeing it as a stressful one. Maybe you feel like this relationship is very depressing, but your mindset on the relationship is negative. The way you guys need to overcome the relationship is through temperance. If you see, the heart is in the middle, and that is all that matters right now, is the heart of the matter. What is important in this relationship? If you notice, they're extending to each other, but both of them are missing pieces of each other. You guys are not in your full full selves, like you guys are not fully created, like you guys are missing parts of one another. In order for this to actually work, both of you need to be whole in the situation. This also talks about letting go and compromising. And so probably what's happening here is that you guys need to let go and find a way to compromise with each other where it brings you to a place where it lifts you right out of this Nine of Swords. It brings you out of the lonely state, the stressful state, and bringing this person, you know, to think more from their heart than they are in their mind. Because all I'm seeing right now is a lot of, you know, swords. That's all that's there. And then obviously just, you know, some of the strength. But it just like there's a lot of mental stuff going on here. And there's not enough love going around. Like there's no emotional made decisions. It's just everything's factual. Everything's just, you know, straightforward type of thing. And you guys are not coming to each other in a way where there's vulnerability or love. It's just all in the head, all logical stuff. Now what you guys are going to learn from one another in this relationship, what you're going to learn about love, is the Hermit card. Now the Hermit card in this situation, she has a chance to move in a specific direction, but before she goes anywhere, does anything, she's got to take time to really go within and spend time alone. And maybe that's probably what's needed. Maybe you guys are going to learn that maybe for right now you guys need to go in a different route. And you guys need to have your own alone time where you go off somewhere, maybe go and spend time with friends for like a week, and then your other person just does something else that gives them a break from this. And then while you guys are away from one another, you guys are gonna gain knowledge. Like, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it and I'm away from the stress and I have a moment to think clearly, I'm realizing that I don't need to be in this state. Like, I'm really not alone. My person is here with me. And if I talk to them about what's making me feel this way, maybe they'll think differently than what they've been thinking as of late, because I'm being open to them. And when they're off on their own, doing their own thing and taking time to really search within and getting the answers that they need, they're going to realize, like, you know what? I need to change this. I need to come from a loving based, situation. Like, if I need to make choices, let me do them in a different way, instead of just everything being so logical, or things just being in this King of Swords, where everything just has to be so blunt and, honest. Maybe there's other ways of communicating, and so time away from each other might be needed to gain the knowledge that you need to turn this around. Now the outcome for the both of you is the High Priestess. So if you notice, the High Priestess is in her nest, and she is the keeper of secrets, and she sees everything that's going on, and she withholds information from being given. And she's like behaving like an eagle, where she has great eyesight from far away. Usually eagles are at their nest or sitting up somewhere up high, and they literally watch their prey, or they watch from far away what's going on. And they can see what's happening. In the outcome, you guys are going to get to the place where you're going to see what needs to be done in the relationship. What is it that you guys need to change? And it's going to, once you guys take this hermit mode, you're going to realize that you're going to be gaining knowledge. And you're going to take in everything that you're getting. And you probably will put in the work in this situation here. And try to get it out of this feeling here. But the other way I can see this as well, that when you guys having your time apart, you guys are realizing, like, you know what, everything that has been happening is because stuff that I've been keeping to myself. I haven't been sharing anything with my partner or the person of interest. I haven't been saying anything. I haven't been coming in and being, fully vulnerable to the person. And I've been withholding. And if that's what the outcome is going to be, I suggest that you guys don't do that, but come from a different place and be open and vulnerable and talk with your partner or talk with the person of interest. But you guys definitely need that moment to just get away and spend time with yourself. And it's not just to gain knowledge of how to handle this relationship, but also to gain knowledge of what it is that you want out of this. What do you want out of this, Capricorn? What are you looking for? And what you're looking for is trust, where both of you trust each other enough, where you don't need to put reins on one another or lead the other person. Like, you guys already know where you guys are headed. You guys need to gain that trust with one another. So this is all I have for you guys right now. If you guys really like this message, please hit like and subscribe, and leave me some comments too. And if it doesn't resonate, just go ahead and look at the other readings. But you guys take care. Have a great week and a wonderful Valentine's Day. Okay, you guys take care. Bye.